quote from one of our blogs in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, something that we said. But I wouldn't repeat it yet because CEO Glenn Beach is going to talk about that later. But earlier today I said that Cess was forced into politics. So before the ink dries, I just want to tell the folks in social media, he was forced by his constituents. Right, Cess? So that'll complete the story. Ricky Adams, young, energetic, vibrant engineer by profession, lovely man to know, just full of energy. You know, you see Ricky, you basically see Carnival when you see Ricky. I mean, you'll fall in love with this guy and you'll come home for Carnival just because Ricky is the chairman of the Carnival Development Corporation. He has a lot of plans, he has done a lot of new things, new innovation, and I don't want no one here in this audience to miss. So when Ricky comes on to tell you what you're not going to miss, CEO Beach will come and tell you how you are not going to miss it. So Ricky, come and tell us all about Carnival this year.
I can't do without you.
Members of the head table, members of the organizing committee, the media, fellow Vincentians, and friends of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I bring you greetings from the Carnival Development Corporation and Vincimas. I don't think I need to say again who I am, except to refute the fact that I'm young. I'm not as young as I look, and therefore I don't dance as well as I used to. That's why I asked you guys to dance for me. But this is about inviting you home for Carnival. This year, for those who don't know, is the 40th anniversary of Vincimas, the move from the pre-Lenten festival to the summer festival. And for a lot of people, while we know that Carnival existed in St. Vincent before the move, we think that the Vincimas, as what it has become, the hottest carnival in the Caribbean, came that way because of the decision of some very brave men 40 years ago. So I think I want to start by recognizing that that decision was a pivotal decision in the history of Carnival in St. Vincent, and I want to recognize that effort by those gentlemen. And that committee, for those who don't remember or who not old enough to remember, was led by Molly Arthur, Bertram Molly Arthur. That as the launching pad for Vincimas. And over the years, there have been a number of committees that have worked and built the foundation for Vincimas and taken us to where we are now. And as a new committee, we have recognized that our responsibility is to build upon that foundation and take it to another level. Not many of you here are over 40, but those of you who are, you remember your 40th birthday. This might be the only one. But those of you who remember your 40th birthday, it was the time when you came of age. And when people started respecting you and your opinion, and you were able to say, you know what, I can do what I want with confidence now, because I'm no longer a junior. And so it is with Vincimas. We have reached the point now where we have that plateau, And we have that foundation, and it's time for us to take it to the world. And we have to move Vincy Mas now, continue to let it grow, continue to let it be the hottest carnival in the Caribbean, and make it a major pinnacle of the growth for St. Vincent and the Grenadines going forward. So what are we doing new? Well, the first thing about it is, those who know Vincy Mas, we don't have the biggest carnival in the Caribbean. We have a lovely, intimate festival. You get home to Vincy Mas, and I guarantee you, you go into town, and tomorrow, you guarantee to see people who were on your flight who came home with you. And you develop friends very quickly. You happen to be lying in Heritage Square or one of the festivals, and you might be standing next to the Minister of Culture, or the Prime Minister, or CG, who I'm sure will be home this year. You go down to Juve, and you see one of the big performers in Juve, the reigning king of Juve for many years, is our Minister of Culture. And it's that intimate carnival that we have. That intimate carnival that we have is what. And the energy. We have an energy that people say if you could bottle it, you could run the power plants for a lot of countries around the world for a very long time. When you get to Soca Monarch, we have people who comment that, you know, there's nothing happening on stage and the crowd is still bouncing. So we generate the energy. And that's one of the things about Vincy Mas that remains unique. From our perspective, we have a responsibility now to get that message out. And therefore, we're going to pay a lot of attention to our marketing. So some of the things that you will see differently, you will see CDC coming to Toronto and going to Montreal and going to New York and going to Barbados and going to Trinidad to personally invite people to come home for Vincy Mas. So that is one of the things that we're doing. We're doing a significant outreach to our diaspora to invite you guys to come home for Vincy Mas. The second thing that we're doing is we're going to be revamping our website. For those of you who know the website, over the years it has become a little static, and sometimes the information is not updated as quickly as it ought to be. And so therefore we're going to put information more quickly on the website. We're going to put more information, because posting the results of a show 2 weeks after the show has happened really is not a good benefit for the website. And now we're starting to compete with Facebook, we're starting to compete with Instagram. And if we don't do it, other people will be doing it, and then we'll be the ones playing catch up at the end. We'll only be providing historic data, we'll not be providing news and current events. So we're making our website more interactive, we're going to make it a lot more dynamic. I mentioned Facebook, I mentioned Instagram. As you recognize, we're going live all over the world right from here, because that is how people are living now. It's real time. The young people, when they get into the show, the very first thing they do, selfie. And if we're not set up to provide the young people and have the infrastructure where they can take those selfies and put them all over the world, that is how they get in their gratification. I was there, you were not. You were in the cold in Toronto. I'm in St. Vincent having a wonderful time. Facebook. And we have our own Vincy Mas Facebook page that we're going to ask you guys to follow, because that is where a lot of the artists are releasing their music. Fire Empress just released a song about an hour ago. Luther is going to release a song on Tuesday, I think it is. And there are about a dozen songs already released, and they are all being put through our Facebook. So I'm going to encourage you guys, Facebook, look for Vincy Mas, and follow us on there. And you'll get all the latest updates in terms of what is happening for Vincy Mas, all the new events that are being added, etc. All the live posts, etc. are going to happen through our Facebook. Obviously, we have Instagram also, because not everybody's Facebook friendly. Some people prefer Instagram, some people prefer Snapchat, etc. So we're going to ensure that we embrace social marketing as a means for social media marketing, as a means for getting our message out there a lot more currently than we do using just the website. And I hope everybody in here would have gotten one of these calendars. And this is, okay, there should be some left over there. This is one of our marketing tools for this year. And what it is, I don't know if you've actually opened it, but it's a calendar that features photos of Vincy Mas, and each one of the little yellow boxes is going to tell you the event that is happening in that month for Vincy Mas. So it's basically a Vincy Mas calendar of events, and it's a calendar that focuses on photos of Vincimas. Very lovely keepsake. I encourage you, those of you who don't have any as yet, there's still some around, please get them before you leave. We're going to speak to the question of shows, and when people come to Vincimas and they come to the shows, traditionally we found that shows started a little late, they may have run a little long, the compactness and the quality may have left a little bit to be desired, etc. And so this year, we're focusing on starting on time, we're focusing on packaging the show so that there's very little downtime so that we can run by CDC, because it is about the total experience. And so, in closing, I would just like to say, go follow us on Facebook. That is the most current place that you would get your information. Visit our CDC website. That's where you'll have a lot of the historic information with the photos and so, because we're doing a lot of work with photographers to get information on the website, etc. And make sure that no matter what you do, you make an effort to come home for Vincimas this year. Thank you.
We're not doing too badly, are we? Everybody still awake? Good, after Vincimas is supposed to but it seems like if Ricky has kept you awake. And we're going to move straight into CEO Glenn Beach. But before we do that, I want to recognize certain members of the media who are here to cover this event. Caribbean Camera, Anthony Joseph. Is Anthony here? Wait. Where's Anthony? Alright, he's here. Yeah. He's here.
Hi.
And where's Anthony? Hey brother, what's up? Good, right? Good. Good. And Jillian Moody, yes, from Nubia and you. And Jillian is going to come home for Carnival. You're going to go Vinci for Carnival?
After I go to Belize, then I'll,
You from Belize?
my parents.
Your parents are Garifuna? From Vinci?
Mine and my parents are Mayan, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta check your heritage. We gotta check you out. You're one of us. You look like a coffee. But Jillian from the African Canadian website, Nubian You, welcome. Thank you for coming to cover us. And so we're having a good time, right? So we just had Ricky pretty much selling snow to the Eskimos. Now, CEO Beach is going to tell us how we're going to get on that flight. Right? Bring your friends along. If you have friends at work, take this message, be an ambassador for our product, the tourism product, be an ambassador for your country. Take this message to your friends at work and invite them to Vincimas this year. Also invite them to the cricket festival that we talk about. Invite them to 9 morning, you know. St. Vincent is really the freshest place to be now. The news. Yeah man, you've been in Vinci at the boat, at the plane. And you be bad, sing anthem and all that stuff when the plane touchdown. You see her? Stand up and take a bow, man. Stand up. Everybody see her. And she said she went to the show and wind up on Ralphie. That's what you did? She didn't behave too well. Anyway, so I'm glad everyone is laughing still. Take a big glasses before I mash it. So Glenn, come and tell us. Glenn is the CEO of the Tourism Authority. And Glenn is the man who has been working so hard. It's not easy work. Don't ever think finding a plane to land in St. Vincent like going down the road by the irregular Mercedes-Benz showroom and say, I like that one with the stripes. And the rims look nice. Planes are not easy to find, and Glenn has been working so hard to find us some planes to make Argyle work. So he's going to update us on all the work that he's been doing. So welcome, Glenn.
so I have to lower it like you, boy. CG is very tall. A pleasant, it's still in the afternoon, pleasant good afternoon to my fellow Vincentians. I think protocol has already been established. I especially want to welcome the media and thank you all for coming and covering this. I especially want to thank naturally Vincy. While that's been going on, I've been reading all the comments from her Facebook Live videos, some of them very good, some of them very negative, which is something that we've become accustomed to. I have to shout out to somebody special on that today. Today is World Autism Day, which is something that is very special to me. And through Naturally Vincy, my daughter saw me and started to shout hello. So hello sweetheart, love you, I will be home in 2 days. The Consul General and the Minister and Ricky have mentioned it somewhere or the other about the airlines and Argyle International Airport and what is taking place. Before I go into the airport and the airlines, let me speak a bit about tourism and what we're doing. It is not easy attracting people to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not because it doesn't have the beauty, but over the years, the problem, when we do our research, when we look at it, the problem has always been access to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is the number one problem. Many of you might know, and some of you don't know, we have 4 main niche markets in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Sailing and yachting, which is our largest. Diving, romance, and ecotourism. And when I say romance, I'm speaking about from weddings, honeymoons, renewing your vows, to divorces. One of the trends that came, no, I'm serious, one of the trends that came about last year was that people who were getting divorced were deciding to go away and have a party for the divorce. So you end on good terms. To each their own. We're the perfect place to get married. If you want to end it in 24 hours, we can arrange for that. For you also. But that has been part of it. But even when we look at, let me give an example of the sailing and yachting industry. One of the countries that gives us a lot of competition, our main competitor is BVI. And we research and we say, what do you prefer? St. Vincent and the Grenadines or BVI? And those who have been to both, 90% say they prefer the waters of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But it comes with a problem. Compared to Europe, North Americans have a short vacation time. Before Argyle was opened, you had people basically saying, these people that we spoke to, saying, listen, while we prefer your waters, the problem is to get to St. Vincent takes 2 days of my vacation. A day to get there and a day to leave. BVI, it takes half a day to get there. You go from the airport straight onto your yacht. And vice versa. 1 day of traveling to BVI, 2 days of traveling to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it makes it hard. We take so many things for granted. Before AIA opened, did anybody ever think that the largest plane that could land in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is an ATR 42-seater? And I can say 42 or 72-seater. I won't go to 72-seater because when it was E.T. Joshua, depending on the wind direction, you couldn't come in with a full flight or take off with a full flight. And so you look at our numbers, and you say, but our numbers are a lot lower than St. Lucia, lower than Grenada, lower than Barbados. Of course they are lower. You have flights going into those destinations with a capacity of anywhere from 170 to 270 people. While you have flights coming into St. Vincent and the Grenadines, capacity of 42 seats. There's a big difference in terms of what you do and how you do it. And a lot of the times, we go through social media, and social media has become a very big part of what we do. And of course, the diaspora, we listen. I know you're proud to hear, you're proud when you see St. Vincent and the Grenadines, whether it's on TV or you hear us advertising on radio. Yeah, that's great. But our focus is on the niche markets. So if you're not dealing with a yachting publication, a diving publication, weddings and honeymoons, or adventure publication, it is more than likely you will not see us. Now, some will say, yeah, but we're seeing Barbados, we're seeing St. Lucia, we're seeing Grenada. I'm going to give you an example of what we are up against and how you look at it. Every government ministry receives a budget. And make no mistake, government is larger than your household, but it's managed nearly the same way if you look at it. Just like you don't have a bottomless pit of money, the government doesn't either. You might get an electricity bill, or hydro bill, sorry, we're in Ontario, a hydro bill, your cable bill, cell phone bill. I only have enough money to pay one. Let me see, which one takes priority now? Which one do I have more time to pay? And then I move along and I budget myself directly. Every single ministry in government wants more money. I complain to Minister Mackey constantly that we need more money. But then at what expense? Do you lower the service of your health care? Minister Mackey spoke about potholes. You want the roads fixed. Social parts. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a small country. We do not have unemployment. So if you get laid off, there's not where you're going to the social services to ask for unemployment. All of these things play a part. And I think sometimes we forget this. We have needs also. All of us would like to see different things done at different times. All of us want to see the road to our house without potholes. We complain about the healthcare, and our healthcare system is not perfect. But St. Vincent and the Grenadines is no different to Canada. It's a universal healthcare system for a much poorer country. You have other developed countries that can't get it right. I'm not saying ours is perfect, but it's damn good. And we have to appreciate our professionals. But I was speaking about our budget. The budget of St. Vincent and the Grenadines Tourism Authority is anywhere between 13 and 15 million EC dollars. St. Lucia's budget is over 30 million EC. Grenada is 18 million US. Barbados is 99 million Bajan, which works out to 50 million US. Bahamas is 89 million US. I'm giving you these things so you can understand what it is we do. And when I say our budget is 13 to 15 million, that includes our administrative costs, which comes up to about 2.5 million. And these are not secrets, they're in the budget, they're laid out every website, so you can look at it. Just like every other Caribbean budget, their budgets are online also, if you don't want to take my word for it. But then part of the most important thing that we do marketing-wise, is through you. The diaspora plays such an important role. Word of mouth is the best way to market St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But as much as we have social media, it comes